guys, it's Mia Redrick here, the mom strategist. I am so excited about this scope today. Today's scope is going to be fire, all right? 10 signs that you are playing small. Now, it is a life scope. It's a life scope. I'm going to be bringing my A game. 10 signs that you are playing small. If you've got some questions about whether or not you're playing small, you're going to love this scope. I'm Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist, and I support my clients with both life and business success. You can always check me out at miaredrick.com. Hey there, tell me your name. Tell me your name so I can recognize your handle with the name. This is going to be a great scope today. 10 signs. 10 signs that you are playing small. Thank you so much. Hey, Adam. 10 signs that you're playing small. I'm going to be bringing my A game on the scope. Good to see you, Ruby. Hey, Yolanda. Oh, that's right. Hey, Yolanda, good to see you. I hope you've been coming. Anyway, I'm so excited. Hey, Catherine, good to see you. Let's see. Hey, Ruby, good to see you. I'm so excited. I'm Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist, and I support clients with both life and business success. You can always check me out at miaredrick.com. This is going to be a fire scope, all right? If you've been playing small, I've got 11 signs that you're playing small, and my only goal is to shift you in. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. My only goal, you didn't say anything last night. I was thinking you would be there, but you didn't say anything. You guys have been quiet. You know, there are lots of people on those calls, those coaching calls, and I'm like, why are you guys not saying anything? Can somebody tell me why? Can somebody tell me why? You're probably writing, right? You're probably writing. So I'm so excited about that. While the room fills, if you guys don't mind supporting me in that, in sharing on Twitter, on Facebook, and on Periscope, what we want a packed house this morning. All right. I want to shake your shoulders a little bit. All right. And so next week I'll be back at the gym. We'll be doing gym scopes. I hurt my back on Monday, so I'm just taking it easy. But I do feel so much better. Oh my goodness. So much better. All right. I was moving in slow motion, guys. That's all I got to say about that. I'm Mia Redrick. I am the mom strategist, and I'm a business coach. And I know that you are product, and I support my clients in understanding that very thing. Yeah. You were writing. You kept trying to chime in, but they kept beating. Yeah. I know. Yes, that's right. So you get them tonight. You make sure you get them tonight. I'll try to remember. Maybe I'll call you out and say, Yolanda. All right. Or shoot me an email before so I can remember, and I can say, Yolanda, you have a question, but you can always, I answer every question on the call. So you can always just jump in. I'm happy to answer anything that you want to ask. All right. I support my clients in understanding that they are product. You are product. You can take your gifts, your talent, your background, your JD, your PhD, your MD, and you can turn those things into product that you can sell. You are product, right? And even if you don't think of yourselves that way, you are. All of my clients, every single one of them, they create product. And I absolutely love that. And they monetize that product. They like to take their products, and some of them are coaches or consultants, or sometimes they like to create product that they sell to corporations with one-to-many models. And I'm totally excited about that because I work about 31 hours a month. Fred, you saw my calendar, right? Fred is here. Hopefully he's still here. Fred, you saw my calendar 2 weeks ago, and you saw what my calendar looks like, and it's not a crazy calendar, right? So I think when you saw it for last month, there were 36 hours on my calendar for last month. For the month, all right? That's what I do, all right? So everything that I'm teaching you guys here is real stuff, okay? It's real stuff. It's novel. It's a novel concept today. Hey there, good to see you guys, all right? So let's pack out the room, guys, and let's share on Periscope first, and then Twitter and Facebook, all right? Because we know that other people are playing small, so we want to pack that room out. And let me just introduce myself. It's nice to virtually meet those of you who I've never met before. I got started my business about 13 years ago, and I just wanted to go to work as myself. Thank you so much for sharing. I wanted to combine my background as a corporate trainer and my love of motherhood into a business, and I had no idea how to do that. I went to a small business resource center in my area. We all have small business resource centers in our towns, right? And I was told that this idea of coaching moms, that no one would ever pay me to do this, all right? And that I should go back to corporate America or start a training company, all right? And I'm so grateful I didn't listen, all right? And I kept looking for someone that could help me, birth this dream. This idea seemed perfectly logical to me. Hi, Yaya. And so I decided to look online. I bumped into a coach, and she was the most profitable coach. I think she was the second most profitable coach that year, verified by ICF. And I was like, I want to work with her. And she was the first laptop entrepreneur I had ever met. All right. And that's why I've been telling you guys my story, for 2 years on Periscope. First laptop entrepreneur I've ever met. Literally, she would go to Mexico, November, December, January, and February, and she would build her business in Mexico. And I was like, what? So all the entrepreneurs that I knew, they were trading time for dollars, and maybe you know the same, but she wasn't doing that. And I was enamored with that, wanted to work with her, had one huge problem. She was charging $1,000 an hour. And I was like, I don't even know what I would ask you. You know what I mean? I wanted to work with her, right? Yeah, exactly. So grateful. And I was like, what would I ask you? For $1,000 an hour, this is 13 years ago. This is a lot of money, right? I'm thinking, but I know she's worth it, but I don't know what I'm going to ask her. Maybe you can relate to that as you've thought about investing in coaching yourself. So I said, well, what about, what could I get for 15 minutes of your time a month? She had a model for 15 minutes of coaching. I had to invest in an 18-month contract for $150. It was the best thing I ever did in my life. And I learned from that was that, you know what? If you're working with the right people, it doesn't take a lot of time. If you're working with the right people and you're getting the right advice, it's not going to take you a long amount of time for you to create success. So she was telling me exactly what I need to do, how I need to set my business up. And from the very beginning, I built time-rich models. Terry Levine changed my life, my world. I'm so grateful. We're tremendous friends today. And I have great admiration and respect for her. That's why I always shout her out on my scopes, all right? All right, so as a result of building my business, I work today about 31 hours a month, all right, and servicing my clients and talking to new clients. So that's pretty much what I do. And I love what I get to do. I love who I get to work with. The clients are smart. They're sharp. They believe in self-investment. They believe in God. I work with go-getters, action takers, people who are brands or see themselves as brands. They're thought leaders. They've got these ideas they want to birth, and they're not afraid to invest in themselves. Those are the people who I work with. And it's exciting. Every day I go to work and I get to look at something that's brilliant and amazing, and there's no drama, there's no negativity. Yeah, there's hard work, but there's no negativity because people are doing what they love to do. All right. And I love it. They're packaging what they know into curriculum and courses and programs. And that's what I get to support them in, and being able to monetize those things. Hi, Minister Deborah. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome to the Scope. So, but I have to say that to me, one of the greatest gifts of being an entrepreneur is being able to work from the comfort of my home. I'm in my office right now. Hey there. And I love that. I love that I get to date my husband in the middle of the day. Wink. Okay. And I love the fact that although I didn't get picked for these last 2 field trips at school, I have the flexibility to do the field trips, right? So I don't know what was up with that, right? I didn't get picked for the last 2 field trips. I was trying, right? But they didn't pick me. But I could block the days off because I own my time. And to me, when you build a business, you can do whatever it is that you want to do. All right, when you want to do it. And I love the fact that when my husband developed kidney disease 8 or 9 years ago, almost 9 years ago, and went on dialysis, which is 15, 18 hours a week, very aggressive therapy, I was able to be there for him because I had built a business where I was free. We have not worked jobs in over almost 20 years. My kids have never seen their parents, 20 years, 2 decades. My children have never seen their parents work a job in 2 decades. And my oldest son will be 19 on June 4th. And then my daughter's 15, and then my son is 12. And they've never seen mom or dad ever work a job. So everything I teach my clients is all about what I did do to build my brand from scratch, to build a sustainable business. I don't really do flash cash or focus on one transaction at a time. That's not how I built my business. When I built my model, I wanted to get free and stay free. I wanted a business that was sustainable, built on something other than making money. I wanted it to be, but informed by my life. I wanted it it to be built and using my gifts and my talent. I wanted it to be passionate and exciting for me every day. And I knew that if I was just chasing money, it wouldn't be that. And I hope that you understand that also. All right, so today I'm going to get started. If you guys, let's see, it's the room, come on. I'll get started when we're at 100. Come on, guys, make sure you share on Twitter, on Facebook, on Periscope. It's really going to be a great, great, great scope today. And I have to say that my husband did get a kidney transplant 3 years ago. We just celebrated our kidney anniversary in March. And I usually make him something that's like a Latino dish because his kidney came from Mexico. All right, so I usually try to make him a Mexican, dish during that time. All right, when we're celebrating his kidney transplant. But I have to say we were able to hire for Pat a private physician for a couple years so that he could get an elevated level of care, which really made a great difference for him. I believe that's why he did so well. Hey there from Zambia. I think that's why he did really well, because it takes money and it takes, you know what I mean? It takes time to rest. He didn't have to jump back into work. You know what I mean? He had a private physician orchestrating his world. And I tell you that because I know that a lot of people talk about money, 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 or everybody making six figures. But to me, what's been most meaningful to me building a sustainable business is being there for my husband, all right, when he needed me most, being able to provide an elevated level of care because we could afford to do that. I also love the fact that we've been able to invest over $715,000 in our kids' private school tuition. Let me just say, nobody's gone to college yet. And some people might be saying, how is that possible? Well, that's if tuition is $25,000, $30,000 a year. That's how it's possible. All right. And you have 3 kids, right? Tuition's roughly was running about $75,000 a year. All right. To invest in our kids. And they're our number one investment. All right. And I love that. And that might not be your thing, but I might be talking to some mom out there that's looking at an independent school, world-class education. And when you create a great and amazing business, you can do that. All right. Or maybe you just want to travel the world. Like that might be your thing. I'm totally into that too with my family. All right. It takes time and takes money to be able to do that. And you know what? You have teenagers, they eat a lot, right? So you need to just run a great business just to feed your teenage sons. But teenagers in general, they eat a lot. All right. So I'm going to get started. That's the ABCs of me. I just kind of told you my whole life story. All right. We're going to get started. We have over 100 people in the room. And today I'm going to break down. Let me sip my coffee. That's where I went to college. Okay. Good morning. Takes a queen to call a queen. Hey there. Good morning. All right. So today I'm going to be teaching on signs that you are playing small. Signs that you are playing small. I have 11 signs here. Now, this is going to be a teaching scope, right? You have 3 teenagers, right? One day, hey, listen, get ready. You know what? You need to have some flip-flops. If you've got teenagers in your house, and particularly boys, you need to make sure that 16, 17, 18 years old, you need to have flip-flops for them in the house, because one day they wake up and they can't fit any of their shoes. All right. I'm just saying that's happened to us a couple times. So in any event. All right. So 11 signs that you are playing small. Now, I do want to tell you that this scope is going to be a teaching scope, but it also is going to be a tough scope. So like if your feelings get hurt easily, this might not be the first scope you want to be on for me, right? Okay. So I just want to break that down, right? This is signs that you are playing too small. Now, my only goal here is not to hurt anybody's feelings. My goal is for you to hear something that you're like, that's me. I've got that. And I need to create a shift, right? I need to change who I am, how I be, what I'm doing, how I'm showing up in this great, wonderful world. So that's my goal, is to coach you this morning, to support you in making that shift that you need to make. All right. And so I'm going to be sharing with you 11 signs that you are playing too small. If you haven't shared on Periscope, on Twitter, and on Facebook, please do now. All right. So number one of the ways that you can tell that you are playing small is that you got small goals. You do. All right. So I want you to think for a minute as I'm sharing this with you. I want you to think for a minute. Think about your goals. All right. Can you remember your goals? That's like a good tip, first of all. Do you have any goals? All right. Do you have any goals? And if you do have any goals, are your goals big or not? Or do you have big goals, or do you not have big goals? And I will tell you that one of the greatest signs that you're playing too small is when you go to articulate what your goals are, or when you look at what your goals are, it's not even a thing. It's like nothing about your goals that excite you, that challenge you, you know what I mean, that stretch you. You know that you could take 2-3 weeks and knock that goal out. That's not really a goal. All right. I think that great goals, when you're playing a bigger game, right? When you're looking to show up like a giant, those great goals really do stretch you. You're like, what? You mean what? Sit under the oak tree with Oprah? Wow. Right. And so the coolest part about having a big goal that stretches you is that you have to become somebody new in order for you to do it. Now, if the goals you have currently, they're only red colored hearts, which match my dress. Okay. But if you've got goals that you can reach right now, that are in your reach right now, then it's probably not big enough. All right. It's not big enough. All right. When you have a goal that you can't figure out, like it resonates with you and you're like, for me to do that, I got to call, you know what I mean? I'm going to have to call this producer. And for me to do that, I'm going to have to, when you start thinking about like the multi-steps to get to where you are, then your goals are big enough, right? And they're exciting enough to compel you. For some of you, if you're playing small, reason that you are playing small is because your goals are so small that they create no excitement, no thrill. All right. Imagine if you have a huge goal, like you set a goal for something you want to do, even if you don't get there, where you land in the middle of where you want to be was so big, you still are now dealing with completely different variables in your life. Somebody write #variables. All right. And I will tell you that the variables changing in your life is what changes you. Right. All right. The variables that are going on in, the variables changing around you is what changes you. When you have to, as a result of your goal, deal with different people, different circumstances, you know what I mean? You're having different conversations. It's those variables that really do shape you. All right. So a sign that you are playing small is that if you look at your goals right now and you don't feel a stretch, you could just do that in your sleep. You know what I mean? It doesn't require anything, no digging deep. All right, you're playing small, all right? And I want you to change that. You can do that by simply adjusting your goals, all right? Nobody wrote #variables. Am I talking to myself? Am I talking to myself? I hope not, all right? I hope not. Number 2, all right, number 2. The second sign that you are playing small is that, hey, Clinton, good to see you, is that you're making a small request. Thank you. You're making a small request of yourself. You are. All right. So good morning. The second sign that you're playing too small, Clinton, is that the requests that you're making of yourself, they're small requests. They're not bold requests. They're not big requests. You know what I mean? They don't require anything different than what you did yesterday. All right. And that's just how you know you're playing small. When you're making a bold request of yourself, you're like, whoo, like the things you're asking yourself to do, you're like, wait a minute, like, you have to think about what you're asking yourself to do. So that might be who you need to call, where you need to go, the kind of pictures that you're putting out there. Maybe you've always had a dream of, getting a corporate contract and you're like, wow. But to do that, you got to call someone at a high level in order for you to reach for that. Maybe it's that. All right. And if you're playing small because your requests are small, what you're asking for of life, what you're asking for of yourself, who you're connecting with and requesting, the kind of appointments you're setting, the kind of fees you're charging. Yeah. You're making small requests of yourself. You're like, it's easy to sell this thing for $1,000 and the thing for $10,000. No, it's not. All right. So if you find that you are making small requests of yourself, I'm telling you right now, you're playing small. And that is mindset. That's just all mindset. So a lot of times when we think about hitting 6 figures, when we think about hitting 6 figures, we think it's all about the sales process or the pitching or what you're going to say, the sequencing of the sale. No, it's all about belief. All right. When you believe in who you are, okay, at a high level, okay, you make you will make bold requests of yourself. You're just like all in. You're like, what's the worst thing could happen? You know what I mean? If I call Oprah, she might just pick up the phone. All right. So hashtag pick up the phone. All right. Hashtag, guys, right? Pick up the phone. All right. Make a bold request of yourself. Challenge yourself every single day. And that's what it takes to not play small, right? To show up in your bigness, in your greatness. You're amazing. All right. All right, just play in that space. It's hard to be excited playing in a small space. Pick up the phone. You know what? There is one person getting this, all right? Hashtag pick up the phone. If you haven't shared already on Twitter, on Facebook, on Periscope, thank you, Yolanda. Please do, all right? This is going to be a great scope. I'm sharing today, you know what? 11 signs that you are playing small. And I'm breaking it down as always. Number three, and you know you're playing small when you have zero accountability around your results. Okay, I'm just going to say it slowly, all right? You know that you are playing small when you have zero accountability around your results. It's true, all right? Because when you're playing big, you know what I mean? You're like, you want to be accountable around your results. You want to be stretched around your results. You know what I mean? You want to do what you need to do around your results. You want full transparency around that when you're playing small. We can look at this as it relates to your business. We can look at this as it relates to your body. Think about it this way. If you wanted to lose 20 pounds, right? And you really wanted to lose it, and you'd say, I'm going to work with a trainer. Your trainer's going to say to you, get on that scale, probably, all right? Your trainer's going to want to know what you're eating. You might have to do food logs. You're going to have some accountability around your results, all right? Your trainer's going to tell you when you need to go to the gym, how frequently you need to go, what that schedule needs to look like. Is that right? Okay, you guys know I'm telling you the truth. And you know that you are playing small when you don't want anybody to know, you know what I mean, or call you out and say, I missed you at the gym today. What exactly happened? What's your story? You're supposed to do this. Please send me pictures of your food. I did not see that. You know that you're playing small when you have no accountability around the results that you really want. Because when you really want results, you know what? You don't mind being transparent around that if you're really committed to the process. Hashtag committed to the process. Are you? Hashtag committed to the process. You're playing small when you're not committed to the process and you have zero accountability around the results. You guys know I'm telling the truth today. I didn't see any hashtags, but it's true. Hashtag committed to the process. Are you? Are you committed to the process? And if so, what does your accountability look like as a result of that, all right? So I'm Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist, and I support my clients with both life and business success. You can always check me out at miaredrick.com. For those of you who are just joining, welcome. Welcome to the scope. If you're on Facebook, I'm at Mia Redrick, the mom strategist. If you're like, I love this, I'm a kick butt coach, I'd love to work with you. If in fact you're smart, you're sharp, you believe in self-investment, you're ready to get it done, you're an action taker, you're a go-getter, and you are sick of the excuses, right? If that's you, then I'd love to support you. Check out my bio here on Periscope, and you can apply for a strategy session, a complimentary 15-20-minute strategy session with me at bit.ly strategy with Mia. That's easy, right? Bit.ly strategy with Mia. Bit.ly / strategy with Mia. Bit.ly / strategy with Mia. All right, today I'm talking about signs that you're playing too small. And just to recap, number one, your goals are too small. You know, I'm telling you the truth. All right, they don't even excite you when you look at them. All right, number two, you're making small requests of yourself. You know, the things that you're asking yourself to do, the fact of the matter is the reason you're asking yourself to do those things is so that you don't have to stretch yourself. All right. Number three, you have zero accountability around your results. All right. That's a sign that you're playing small, right? Because when you're really ready to amp things up, hi, Kendra, you are willing also to be transparent, to open the books, right? To get on the scale. And if you're not willing to do that, likely you are playing small, all right? Number four, thank you for sharing. Number four, you are not being stretched, all right? So one of the signs that you are playing small is that you aren't being stretched. That means that you look at your life every single day and look at what you're attached to and what you're doing. And it's a good life. Like, you've got a great life. But the fact that you're not being stretched, you're not being stretched in your workplace right now. You could do this, like, you know what I'm saying? You're not being stretched in your body or your commitments. You're not being stretched in your marriage to amp it up, to make it fiery and exciting. You're not being stretched. And that is a sign that you're playing small. All right. And you're playing small and you're not being vulnerable, because when you are playing small and you're not being stretched, the fact of the matter is vulnerability isn't a part of what you've got going on. When we're being stretched, right, almost always there's that part of you like, oh my goodness, I hope this works, right? Oh my goodness, this is a lot. Okay. When you're being stretched by the emotions that you experience every day. And if you're finding that your life is on autopilot, is it? Okay, if your life is on autopilot, then you are playing small, right? Maybe even in terms of, the friendships you have. Oh, they've been your friends for a long time, but they don't elevate you, all right? What you guys are talking about, it's not where you need to be. You need to be in a completely different circle and you know it, all right? Or maybe what you're doing professionally, you need to reach for more. It doesn't excite you anymore. You know what? Instead of you being the lead of your life, your job is leading your life, right? So you guys know what I'm talking about. For those of you who are like, I had a dream that was inside of me, right? I have a dream that's inside of me, but I'm too tired to pursue it after I leave work every day, because you have decided, you know what I mean, to not be stretched in your world. And as a result of that, by default, you've made choices about how you're going to live your life. I'm just talking to you guys. I'm just trying to break this down. I hope this is supporting someone out there, right? I hope that this is supporting someone in making that shift or that change. Number five, you feel in your feelings when you watch other people crush it. You get inside your feelings. Hi, Dr. G. You get stuck inside your feelings when you see other people crush it. Yeah, that's how you know you're playing small, because giants love to be among other giants. Giants love to see other people rock it, crush it. Giants know it's possible. They know the journey that it takes to get there. So they're very excited about seeing other people do exceptionally well. This is why I don't really buy into, like, this whole hateration, or, you know what I mean? Hateration thing. Hey, darling. I don't really buy into it, because the thing is, I always think like anyone that's been striving and working toward their goals, they know the journey that it takes, right? They know, and so you're not feeling in your feelings when someone else wins. You're like, wow, there's another person for you to play with, like in the truest sense, right? And someone you can relate to. But you're playing small when, like, let's say you're on social media and you see somebody else win and you just can't even look at it. Maybe you can't even like it. Maybe you can't celebrate them because you are in your feelings, because you are playing small. All right. And while it might not be that you are not happy for the person, it's just that reflection is so bright, you can't handle the truth about yourself. All right. Not about them. It's not about them. It's always about you. I just want to break it down for those of you who've been feeling a certain kind of way. Maybe you've said something like, social media, it depresses me. Doesn't depress me. I mean, I get to see what my clients are doing every single day, and they slay all day long. And the fact of the matter is, it's inspiring to see people go for their dreams. It's inspiring to watch somebody write their book. It's inspiring to see someone close their first $10,000 sale, $30,000 sale, hit a $500,000, hit $250,000, hit $100,000, close a consulting contract for 6 figures. It's exciting to get their first corporate deal, to be, featured in press in a major prominent way, as a brand. That's exciting. All right. And if you feel anything other than that, all right, when you see people win, it's a sign that you are playing small, because the reason you feel that way is because you're not crushing it out there. You know what I mean? You're not showing up like a giant. And because you're not showing up like a giant, I didn't say you can't, because you can't. It's a decision, because you can't watch it. But you need to be playing on that other side, all right? And so if I'm speaking to you right now, I want you to hear this, right? Okay, all right. You love to hear my insight, right? Yeah, it's a sign of insecurity, and it really is a sign of, you playing small, right? Because you're like, I could have done that. I've heard it sound something like this. Maybe you're that person that thinks that everything you see, like you're always saying, I thought of that. You know what I mean? Some invention or something that you see out there. And you're like, I thought of that, but you didn't act on it because you had small goals. You were making small requests of yourself. You didn't have any accountability around the results you wanted, right? You were not putting yourself in a position to be stretched, to have people say no to you so you could get the yes. Because in life, all you're looking for is the yes. The no is part of the process. That's what strengthens you. Or you were stuck in your feelings, right? And so you're stuck in your feelings watching someone do the things that you know you could do, that you've been dreaming about, but you haven't acted on. All right, number 6. All right, you're playing small when you look at your results, like no fruit. Right. So here's the thing. We all create fruit in different ways. And my job with my clients is to help them understand that creating fruit, you can do it in a lot of different ways. Like some of my clients, all of my clients, I hope, will create fruit as it relates to their lives, right? Because that's your number one, that's your number one process. To me, that's the number one and most important thing you can do is create progress in your life, right? So I feel like the greatest work I get to do for my clients is support them in becoming who they need to become, to ask for what they want of this amazing world. All right. If I can get you to believe bigger in yourself, if I can get you to shift your mindset, if I can get you to do that, you're going to make a bold request to yourself because you see yourself differently. If I can get you to understand how amazing and awesome you are in the truest sense, you're going to only want to play with giants, right? And that's going to change your association and your request and your accountability as a result of that. I already know that. Now, truth be told, most people think if they work with a coach that it's all about them creating a product. Okay, that's cool. I do that too. All my clients create products, so the checkbox. Okay, or it's about creating results in their business and making money. That's true too. Most of my clients do exceptionally well in terms of being able to monetize what they've got going on. Fine. But the greatest work that I get to do is getting you to understand that your life informs your business. How you show up in your life determines what all that other stuff looks like. And the more I can get you to grow on the inside, the greater all those other things look like, all right? So if you're not achieving any results in your life or your business, I want you to hear me. Your greatest results need to be on your life side. The more you grow, your mindset, your life, you know what I mean? Your relationships get better. You know what? You have a peaceful home. You're more creative. You know that? Okay. You like yourself more. You ask more of the world. Okay. It's just the reality. All right. So if you do the work on your mindset, you stop looking at people and judging people and you start serving them. All right. This is all life stuff and it translates to your business. People don't think about it, but it is true. So if you don't have results in your business right now, fruit. All right. Your life isn't changing. Your business isn't changing. Your speech isn't changing. Your language isn't changing. Relationships are not changing. Your body's not changing, right? You don't have any results. That means that you are playing small, right? Self-growth equals business growth. Thank you so much. I love that. Yes, absolutely. All right. That means that you are playing too small. And that's a sign. All right. Number 7. Hope you guys are getting value. If you are here and you've just joined me, please share on Periscope, on Twitter, and on Facebook. Because we already know there are other people out there that are playing too small. And I'm bringing my A game. I told you guys I was going to bring my A game. This is what happens when I have strong coffee or if I lift heavy weights, right? I get fired up, all right? I get fired up. Normally, I do a gym scope. I hurt my back on Monday, so I'm taking the week off just to have a full recovery, all right, before I go back to the gym on Monday. All right, so another sign that you are playing too small, hi, RC Blake's number, another sign that you're playing too small is that you are uncertain about you. That's an interesting one, don't you think? So a sign that you are playing too small is that you are uncertain, unsure about you. Now, let's just talk about that for a minute. The thing is, you have an intimate relationship with you, right? You have, hey, Angel, you have an intimate relationship with yourself. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. If you have an intimate relationship with yourself, I just want you to write yes. All right. Just write yes here. Okay. Because this is true for all of us, right? The fact of the matter is that we all have an intimate relationship with ourselves. Okay. With ourselves. All right. All right. But you know, when you're playing small, because you are uncertain about yourself. You're unsure. You're unsteady about what makes you great and what you can do and what's possible for you. And you know what I mean? And if what you want is attainable, this is a sign that you are playing too small. Now, I'm not talking about being braggadocious. I'm not talking about being puffed up in your chest full of ego. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the steadiness and the certainty that comes with knowing that, and the sureness that comes with knowing your gifts and being able to operate within your gifts and your talents, right? And being able to share those with the world. And if you are in a place right now where you're uncertain, unclear about why would somebody in the world, why would someone desire me, what I know, like what I do, like what makes me great, it is a sign that you are playing too small. And I want you to think about it. I want you to think about this right now. All right. I want you to think about this right now, because it is something that so many people deal with. Like, why me? Okay. And the question is, why not you? And it's a question that you have to answer. And if you can't answer it, that what you need to understand is, and I recommend that everybody spends 90 minutes alone every single week by themselves, right, as me time, ritualistically, so that you get to know yourself. I've dated myself since I was 6 months pregnant with my first son 19 years ago, every single week for 90 minutes. I've had a couple weeks that I missed, you know, if I was sick or something like that, but really every single week for the last 19 years, I've dated myself. I think one of the best ways to get to know yourself is by dating yourself. And if you're dealing with uncertainty in any major way, you're unclear about what's next with you, likely what's best for you. Likely you need to get alone. You need to get clear. You need to be with you with you. You need to learn to like you again. You need to play with you. You need to have conversations with yourself. All right. And I mean this in a true sense, like, so you can get clear. What do I like again? All right. And a lot of people are reaching for those answers outside of themselves. Tell me what you think I should do. Tell me what you think is best for me. And what I want to tell you is that your gifts, like, I mean, I didn't make this up. In the book that I read, it says your gifts will make way for you. Your gifts are already inside you. You're already they're already there. All right. It's like they're waiting for you. All right. But when you have that uncertainty about yourself because you don't know yourself, it's easy to believe that your superpower, your gift, that it escapes you. All right, I'm just talking to you guys out here, right? You know what I mean? If the relationship between me, myself, and I ain't right, no other relationship will flow right. It becomes difficult to operate within your superpower. When you see people who they show up brilliant, confident, and amazing, and you're like, how they do that? I tell you, you need to ask them how they spend their time and what they invest in. When you see people who are dynamic and they show up in a powerful way, ask them their rituals. Ask them what they read. What do they read? How do they connect to themselves? How is it that they become certain inside of themselves? And I will tell you, they spend time alone, get to knowing themselves. They usually are connected to, I believe, a source bigger than themselves that I call God, okay? All right, say they get clear. They've got a sense of centeredness, all right? And they invest in themselves. That's how you become certain and sure. They do the work on themselves, but it takes time. And so many of us are so well-intentioned. We're great at giving and taking care of everyone else, particularly women, all right, and we don't do this for ourselves. And somewhere in the midst of motherhood, we get confused, uncertain, unclear. You know what I mean? Like in the process of creating a great life for everyone else, for ourselves, you know what I mean? We didn't do that for ourselves. So when you're trying to figure out, what do I do now? You're like looking back thinking like, I don't even remember what I like. I don't even know what I like to wear. I don't know what I like to do anymore. I don't know. I don't know, because all of your choices have been influenced from something outside in. And I want to tell you that you do have a superpower, even if you're not using it. You do. All right. And the fact that, and you can cultivate a relationship once again with yourself. All right. Even if you haven't been doing it 90 minutes, that's how you felt after your kids were grown. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're looking back and you're trying to find you and you're saying, where is she? And she's still there. You just have to date yourself. I see it all the time. I see it all the time. It's one of the things that I teach my clients, which is Me time, the power of me time, one of the most powerful ways to be certain in any relationship, even the relationship with yourself, is by dating yourself 90 minutes a week. I date my husband every other week. We date all the time. We really date every week. That's the truth. But I recommend date your spouse, your significant other every other week, and date your kids once a month individually. It's a powerful way to be certain in any relationship about what's going on and to add value and make a relationship healthy. All right, number eight. And I'm talking today, for those of you just joined me, signs that you are playing small. Signs that you are playing small. That's what I'm talking about today. It's been a powerful scope. If you're just joining me, please share on Twitter, on Facebook, and on Periscope, because we already know that people are playing small. All right. And I want to support them. I'm coaching you today. And I hope that somebody felt like I'm shaking your shoulders, because I am. I'm shaking those shoulders because I want you to step up your game. All right. I want you to show up like a giant. I want you to own your bigness. Right. The world needs your gifts. We need you to show up. All right, number 8, okay, you have an incomplete story that you are trying to publish. That's number 8. You have, all right, so here's a sign that you're playing small. You've got this incomplete story that you're trying to publish. You know what I mean? Like, you got this story that you've been telling us. You've been telling the people around you. You've been telling your kids. You've been telling your husband. You know, you've been telling your coworkers about you. All right? Yes, okay? And you've been trying to publish the story. Like, are you serious? You need to go write some new chapters. All right. What I'm telling you is that there are multiple chapters still unwritten. All right. And for those of you who, you've been telling the story, like, I was trying to do that. It didn't work. I just called you out. I'm so sorry. Okay. And the fact of the matter is, I want you to understand is that that's an incomplete story. All right. That you're trying to publish. All right. And what we need you to do is we need you to go back and rewrite a couple chapters or add a couple chapters. You get to change the story, all right? And that story is based on what you're thinking about yourself, based on what you believe is possible. That's what I'm telling you. You're playing small when you already got an end of the story and you're still living and you're still breathing and you still have all the capacity in the world. You have to be in choice. Make a powerful choice. Right? Make a powerful choice right now. I'm going to write a new chapter. I hope somebody writes right now, hashtag write a new chapter. Like, anybody need to write a new chapter? If it's you, then I want you to write hashtag write a new chapter. And when you make that decision to write a new chapter, okay, then you can then make a commitment to move in that direction, right? To tell a different story. And, I always say this all the time because thank you so much. There's one person here who wants to write a new chapter. All right, there we go. Write a new chapter. And it's so important. And you've got to understand that you always hold the pen to your story. All right. And for those of you who have published this story as if it's over, and I'm telling you, you're breathing every day, you get to decide what the new chapter looks like. All right. And I want you to have fun with it. Right. I want you to get jiggy with it. Like, I want you to start thinking about that new chapter and saying, you know what? In that new chapter, I always wanted to be an author. And in my new chapter, author's part of it. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're going to read. Yeah. You're going to know that you're going to read about me and I'm going to be an author. Or maybe it's like, I am going to start this business and I'm going to do that, right? In your new chapter, it might be business owner, or maybe it might be 6-figure launch, or maybe it might be rockin', banging, passionate, loving marriage. All right. Because you're going to show up differently. You're going to write a new chapter. All right. Or maybe it's going to be, I'm going to travel the world, but you get to decide. All right. You get to decide what those other chapters are. But a lot of people who are playing small, they've already published their story and they're still breathing. All right. And I'm telling you, you need to just simply write a new chapter. All right. And number nine, you are hiding. One of the signs that you are playing too small. I got to take a drink of some of my coffee. 1 second. One of the signs that you are playing too small is that you are hiding. Like, we see you, kinda. All right. We're like, we see you. Like, if I look like this way, Or, if I look like down here and I look up here, then we see you, but we don't really see you. And what I want you to understand is that's a sign you're playing small. That means that you're the person that you're like, I'm more comfortable being in the background. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm like, I know I want to be a speaker, but now I'm more comfortable supporting someone that speaks. Okay. No, not me. You go. It's your turn. I'll wait. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you, you're playing small when you are hiding. And you're hiding. You might be hiding. I see a lot of times in church and ministry, you have a calling on your life. You're meant to speak. You're meant to serve people with your message. They need what you say. And when it's your turn, you know what I mean? To step up your game, you give it away, right? And that's exactly right. And you push other people out there, and you like you could do it. It might even be that, you know what? You tell your kids, right? You're hiding behind your children. It might be that. Oh, no. You go do this. You know what I mean? Yeah. You go do this. You go do that. You're a great runner. I try to hide behind my husband and children. He said, no way. No. Don't we love that? I don't sing. I only talk. Okay. You guys just, okay. In any event. So, that you are playing small, right? When you are hiding, all right? When you, nobody could see you. Or better yet, nobody even knew you did that. Nobody knew that you could do that. Nobody knew you could write that way. No one knew you could speak that way. No one knew that you could, you know what I mean? They didn't know you could do the things you know how to do. And you know it. And I'm going to break this down for you. This might hurt your feelings, but I'm just going to be 100% with you right now. And this is what I want you to understand. You're selfish. You're being selfish. The fact of the matter is you made it all about you, all right? And it's not about you, or we need you, all right? And the fact of the matter is, it's not fair that we don't get to, is that your current situation? I'm so sorry, right? Okay, I just wanted to call you out for a change. But the fact of the matter is, it's that we need you to show up. And you are not serving any single person by hiding. So this whole idea of you're being so humble, you know what I'm saying? No, you go. It's not about them. It's about you. It's about your insecurities. It's about you not doing the work. It's about you not being willing to show up in a new way. It's about you not challenging yourself. Now, I think that one of the most selfish things ever is for my kids not to know who I am, who I be, who I really am, what I like to do, that they get to grow up, live with a mom that they don't know that this mom right here likes to write books, and this mom right here loves to inspire women and men and families for change. My kids don't know that about me. I've done them a disservice. What about you? What is it that your family needs to know about you? Okay, I want you to think about that. What is it? All right. Why are you keeping that to yourself? Why are you not giving your gifts away? I'm just telling you, you're hiding. All right. It's not serving anyone. It's not serving you, and it's not serving the people you love. And the fact of the matter is your relationship right now, probably with your partner, okay, is in jeopardy because you aren't showing up. You're hiding. And so you want somebody to do for you what you will not do for yourself, which is show up. I just wanted to say it. I love you, okay? I do. And I want you to understand this. You need to show up. And the reason you're frustrated in your marriage, all right, the reason you're frustrated in your friendships is because you aren't being you, all right? And they're trying to deal with some faux person that isn't showing up 100% because you're hiding. And you want people to validate a part of yourself that you haven't even decided to validate for yourself. Start there, all right? Okay. All right. I told you I was going to shake your shoulders a little bit. I hope it will support you in showing up like the giant and amazing person you are. You can do this. All right. You got this. All right. You know what I'm saying? You're guilty. All right. All right. Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. Yes, absolutely. I love you guys. All right. So just know that. All right. And if you haven't shared yet on Twitter, on Facebook, on Periscope, you're welcome. Please share. All right. Just want to break it down. All right. I always say that, when my husband says I'm beautiful and he tells me every day, it's confirmation. And if you are needing someone to tell you that you are something you don't believe, you will never believe it. All right. That's what I want you to understand. All right. Number 10 Number 10. All right. You're welcome. I'll fan you. Let me fan you. All right. Okay. All right. Let me. Okay. All right. Okay. Signs that you're playing too small. I'll get to questions at the end. Signs that you're playing too small. Number 10 is that you got to understand that sabotage is real. All right. So when you're playing small, you got to look at how you sabotage your bigness. You know what I mean? Your shots, your opportunity. I see it all the time. Like, people have great opportunity and shots. And let me tell you what it could look like as it relates to relationships. All right. Excuse me. So let's say you're playing small. You have never in your life ever been in the company of giants. Like, imagine that it was a dream of yours to work with, be respected by, to be coached by, trained by, mentored by giants, right? But it's new for you, right? You never, you know what I mean? It was something you always wanted, but then it happened for you. And now you're sitting among the stages with other giants. You can decide who those giants are. But let's just play for a minute. Let's imagine that you had Michelle Obama and you had Oprah Winfrey and you had Ariana Huffington, right? And you had Martha Stewart. They're all giants in their own right. And they were all on the stage and there was a seat for you, okay? There was a seat for you, all right? Now, they respect you and they know that you earned a right to be there, all right? Now, you're not Oprah, okay? And you're not Ariana, and you're not Michelle, all right? And you're not Martha, and you don't need to be, okay? All right? However, there is a seat for you. And the fact of the matter is that when it's your opportunity to take your seat, your mind is messed up, all right? Because you're not used to that level of bigness. And so the first thing you think in your mind, I'm going to break this down. So you might faint on this one, all right? But you're so not used to taking a seat among giants that you think that when you take your seat and it's your time to speak on that microphone, that is your responsibility to show greatness, what greatness is. Uh-oh, you just made it small. All right, I want to break this down. I want to break this down because sabotage is a crazy thing, all right? And if you're not used to something and you have to play with other giants and your esteem is not at a level where you're used to playing with giants, it's very easy to have and play a small tape in your mind, which is, I'm gonna show this audience, maybe not like that. You might not say it like that. I'm gonna show this audience when they see me, you know what? I'm gonna show them what it's really like, right? But one of the things that I want you to understand is that's a sign that you're playing small, okay? Because the thing is, giants love being in the company of other giants, right? Right? Playing wrong, role play, absolutely. That a giant understands that what makes you amazing, okay, is showing up 100% as you, okay? It is not what you're going to do and how you're going to do it and how you're going to serve has nothing to do with another giant's path. It has to do with the higher calling that's on your life and the people you're meant to serve with your gifts. And the moment that you take something that's big and you make it small, you know what? It's called sabotage, all right? It's because you're not used to that thing. It's because you're uncomfortable sitting in that seat. You're uncomfortable being on that throne with the other queens, and you got to work on that. You got to understand that about yourself when and if you're that person that maybe you've been able to create success for yourself, but it's new and it's scary and it's uncomfortable. And as a result of dealing with what you're dealing with, you believe that you have the only thing you've ever heard is to scrap and to fight, you know what I mean? Or not having enough. And you think you take a big situation, you make it small. I will tell you it's called sabotage. All right. And if this is you, I just wanted to call you out. All right. If this is you, so that you could identify in yourself why it happens. It happens because you are afraid. All right. It happens because this is all a new experience for you and you don't have a lens to compare, you know what I mean? To compare it with. It may even happen for you because of the advice you've gotten from maybe your parents, or, maybe they told you, like, you thought in order to be great that only one person could be great. But I'm here to tell you that's not true. It's not real. There's plenty of room for greatness. All right. And that our responsibilities as giants is to raise up giants. All right. And in order to raise up giants, you've got to be able to celebrate and be in the company of other brilliant people that you respect, that you honor, that you trust. All right. And this is really important for those of you who are my rising giants. That's all of you, right? And that maybe you don't understand that about yourself, that you thought that it was your time to take the stage, and that meant you were going to show them and you were going to show the other giants up. This ain't about them. This is about you. All right. Don't take something big and make it small. And if you are making it small by thinking of things like that, I want you to understand that that means you're playing small. All right. And the way we do anything is the way we do everything. The way we do anything is the way we do everything. And your mindset is your number one asset. I hope that this supported someone. All right. Sabotage is real. When you're not used to hanging around giants, right, it's easy to sabotage relationships that are giant-like relationships. All right. Because you're not used to it, because you implode the things that are unfamiliar, uncomfortable, the things that make you get a little squirmy in your seat. I'm just telling you what it looks like. It might mean you're like, I can't believe they were talking to me like that. Learn to speak a different language. All right. Talk up. All right. You know what I mean? Call them out. Foolery bullies, right? No holding back. I just like to call it what it is. Like, I like to break it down. And my only goal is to support somebody out there that might be dealing with that. All right. And if this is you, I want you to know what it looks like so that you're like, I got that, fix it. All right. You got it. Fix it. All right. Now, if you are hearing things that people are saying to you that they have not said, that have achieved significant success, and you think in some way you feel belittled as a result of what they're saying, you need to change what you're hearing. All right. You need to understand that the only things that you really truly hear is based on how you see yourself. Right. Like, somebody could say, you stink. I know I don't stink. All right. So therefore, you're not talking to me. And in fact, I often feel that what people are saying, that sometimes, whether it's good or bad, they're not talking to me, they're talking to themselves. But when you do the mindset work and you show up like a giant in your thoughts, you're not thinking that everything that somebody says is directed at you, or they're talking down to you, unless you talk down to you. All right. Because I ain't thinking that. And I have lots of accountability partners that are amazing things. All right. And it doesn't make me feel small. It doesn't make me feel like I can't acknowledge a giant. Of course. You know what I mean? Of course I can. All right. I hope this is supporting somebody out there that's dealing with it. I just wanted to, you know what I mean? Shake those shoulders. All right. Like, get this right. All right. Show up like a giant. Be 100% you. The world needs you to show up. You don't have to compete with anyone to be great. Be great because you are. And own that and know that. Celebrate other giants, but frequently honor them, right? You're a giant, right? Honor them, right? You know what I mean? Come on. That's what giants do. We're not insecure about our gifts, and giants love to be around other giants, all right? There's no need to compete with them. All right. I'm just breaking it down. All right. Today, what I'm teaching on, almost done. Oh gosh, almost done. Signs that you are playing small. Number 11. Oh my goodness. Who you choose to be your teachers, your mentors, and your coaches, and the dollars you invest. Okay. All right. Yeah. You know what I mean? Who you choose to be mentored by, and the dollars that you invest. All right. That tells me whether or not you're playing small or not. I'm just going to break this down for you guys. If you haven't shared yet on Twitter, on Facebook, on Periscope, please do. All right. Please do. Please do. Please do. You like that, Dr. G? You like it? You like it? So who you choose to be mentored by, and the dollars that you invest. Now, here's the thing. This is how I like to look at things, is that you are your number one asset. You are, okay? Thank you so much for sharing, all right? You're your number one asset. And the fact of the matter is, if you don't get that, all right, then you're playing small, all right? Now, when it comes to you investing in yourself, all right, you start looking for the sales rack, or maybe you make a decision to invest in yourself based on what somebody else's agenda is and their motivation is. Let me break this down. You're playing small, all right? The fact of the matter is, people who are investors in themselves at a high level, we proactively is the important word. Somebody write hashtag proactively, all right? Thank you. I appreciate it, right? Proactively, okay? Seek what we want to make us better, all right? I'm not looking for a sale. I'm not looking for a hookup. I'm not looking for a $99 webinar. I'm not looking for a $297 course and expecting a miracle. I am going to invest in what I want to make me better. Okay. So one of the signs that you are playing small is if you don't operate like that. If instead of you choosing from your powerful place, thinking about what do I need to be great? Okay. What do I need to be better? What do I need to be? All that I need to be. All right. What's that look like? And you start from the top thing that you need. Okay. Hear me. I want you to hear me on this. All right. That you start from the top instead of from the bottom. And if you're that person that when you go to invest in yourself, you start from the bottom in your decision making, you're playing small. All right. People who invest at a high level, we start from the top. I invest in what I need, right? I give myself what I need to show up in a way that I want to show up. Want to learn to be a better speaker? I'm going to invest in the best speaking coach that I can find that's going to support me. I'm going to invest in what I need. I'm not looking for a Band-Aid. I'm not looking for a hookup. I don't grow me with discounts. That's not how I do it. All right. And I want to break this down for those of you who have been playing small this way. A lot of people here on Periscope, you know, you can buy a lot of things for $2.99, $9.99, $5.99, $6.99. You know, you can do that. But what you need to always understand is that are you operating from your bigness or your smallness as you relate to investing in yourself? Because your return on your investment is going to be based on the investment that you make. Now that was like a nugget. Like if I had a microphone, I'd just drop it like that. I would just drop it because it's true. All right. And this is particularly for those of you who maybe you've made significant investments and you don't see any fruit and you can't figure out why. Right. It's because look what you invested in. You weren't even trying to invest at a high level to get a return in the yield. That was never your intention. Your intention was to tell yourself that you were in movement and you were making an investment. You didn't choose quality. You didn't. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You were trying to stroke your ego. You were in action, but you weren't in intention. All right. And there is a difference. Nobody's saying anything, but I'm just trying to break it down. And I know this to be a fact that top level achievers, right? The fact of the matter is, you know, we're like, who's the best? Like, I mean, when I'm choosing what I want for me, right? Okay. The fact of the matter is, okay. When you are, you know, when you're choosing what you want, thank you so much. When you're choosing what you want for yourself as a top achiever, you're like, think about Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods not like, let me see the cheapest golf instructor I can get to help me become a PGA golf pro. The best. What? Not even a conversation. Venus and Serena Williams. You think they said, oh, like, where's the discount? Let me get a Groupon, you know what I mean, for a tennis coach. Okay, let me do that. Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? You think so? All right. You know what I mean? When you think about successful people, we all invest at a high level and we want the best. Because one of the things that we understand when you're operating from your bigness, you understand this, is that if I work with the best, iron sharpens iron. I didn't write it. It's in a book that I read that is a phenomenal book that I highly recommend for every single person, right? And the fact of the matter is, why? Okay. And so the fact of the matter is that we invest at a high level, and you should too. And if you find that your investments are all around your lack, I'm telling you, you're playing small. When you are investing around your lack, okay, I don't have, I have $200. So you don't have $200 to invest in the dream that is very important to you, right? Okay, and you want to hit six figures? What? I'm trying to understand this. All right, help me understand. So isn't the problem the fact that you don't have $200? Like, isn't the problem the fact that you don't have the $1,000, right? And so the fact of the matter is, you are, okay, thinking, right? You are thinking that you need to invest at $150 in something that won't help you, because then you're in action. but you're not choosing powerfully because it ain't what you need, and you're not going to get where you want to be. And then you're going to tell yourself an incomplete story, and you're going to say, let me publish this and say, you know what I mean? Right. You got to stop trying to beat the great by being cheap, investing in yourself. All right. I just want to break this down, and I wanted to go deep with it today because it's true. I hear it all the time. Like, and I have to hold a place at times for women to own their bigness. Like, if you've never ever invested, made a high investment in yourself, you're your number one asset. Why not? That needs to be the conversation you need to be having with yourself. Like, why are you not investing at a high level in yourself? Why? Why? Why would you give yourself, why would you give yourself something small? Why would you give yourself something incomplete? Why would you invest with something that you do not need? All right. I don't understand it. And I do understand it, but I'm saying I don't understand it because you are amazing and you are brilliant. And the way that you know that you're playing small is when your choices are small for yourself. All right. When you can't write a check for your number one asset for you, right, to invest in yourself being better, to get to where you want to be, you're playing small. And you need to understand that about yourself, right? Be the best you and become great to each other. Absolutely, right? So I wanted to break that down because I think so many people get that mixed up, right? So, or when you choose mentors, teachers, coaches, and, look at who you're working with. Look at their integrity. Like, why would they work with you? Okay, is it about the money? Is it? Really? Okay, all right, well, maybe. Okay, if you like it, I love it. But the fact of the matter is, one of the things that's been always very important to me and any teacher, coach, trainer that I've worked with, they've all been free. I know that the reason, you loving it, right? All of my coaches have all been free. That's the one thing they've all had. They all believe in God. That's the second thing in quality they've had. And I don't believe that if I don't like how you show up in terms of how you talk about family or other people, you can't work with me. All right? Because it's small and I don't associate I'm high level, right, with something that's small. I don't want that in my mind, in my life, in my teaching. I don't want that. And I'm asking you the same. Like, what about you? What are the things that you overlook to say, you know what I mean? Like, I am trying to understand sometimes people are working with people who have like zero personal integrity. All right. They're telling you like, I can help you write a best-selling book, and they haven't written a book. Like, what are you doing? Like, are you serious? All right. So that's your responsibility. And I will tell you why it happens. It happens because if I'm able to speak to your lack, if I'm able to speak to your painful place, if I'm able to make you realize who you are not, all right, and tell you that we share the exact same story, all right, and then I make you an offer, you're like, we have a lot in common. But when you make an investment, you invest on where you want to go, all right, and you need to make sure that whoever you're investing with, that they have already gone where you're trying to go, all right, and if they haven't, then I don't care that you guys started the same way. That's not where you're going, is where you're starting. You're going where, you know what I mean, where you want to be based on your goals. And you need to make sure that your teachers, your coaches, and your mentors are first rate, because if they are, what they're going to share with you, the deposits they're going to make in you are going to make you better. I'm just telling you. And I know that to be true because I didn't know anything about coaching. I mean, not one thing. I had no idea. I didn't know anything about being a coach, but I worked with great and amazing coaches. And as a result of that, I've had the great fortune to coach thousands of clients and around the world. I've had the great privilege to be signed to an Emmy nominated, nationally syndicated television show, America Now, as the mom strategist. I've had the great privilege to do corporate deals, leveraging my idea, packaging my know-how, and selling my ideas to major Fortune 100 companies and my products and my services. I've had the great privilege to do multiple six-figure launches at live events or from the comfort of my home. That's how I make my money. But I learned from the best, all right? I did not buy discounts. Did I ever buy a discount? I never bought discounted coaching. I only want to work with the best. And I believe that the reason I work 31 hours a week from the comfort of my home today is because of my choices. My choices lined up with the bigness that I saw for myself. It lined up with the giant that I wanted to become. I invested in it before it was real. The reason it is real today is because I invested in it at a high level. I did not cheat me. I did not shortcut the shortcut. And a lot of people are. All right. And that's just simple as that. All right. And everything that glitters isn't gold. I know you might be surprised, but it may not be. And it's your responsibility to exercise discernment in all your choices. Now that's it. That's my best motherly advice. All right. So I'm done today. I'm Mia Redrick. I am the mom strategist, and I support clients with both life and business success. You can always check me out. Stay connected to me at miaredrick.com. And you guys should, all right, at a minimum, if you haven't hit this notification button here on Periscope, you don't want to miss my next scope. I do morning scopes, and then I usually come back in the evenings and I'll do a teaching scope. If you're a kick butt coach, I'd love to work with you. If you're a smart, sharp, you believe in self-investment, and you're a go-getter, right? And you believe in getting it done this year, I'd love to work with you. Simply go to my bio here on Periscope, bit.ly/ thank you so much, bit.ly/ strategy with Mia. That's easy, right? bit.ly/ strategy with me. And now keep in mind, I don't do free coaching, right? It's only, thank you, right? I don't do free coaching. So if you're interested in working with a coach, I'd love to support you. If you're ready to take the layers off, just to recap, today, signs that you are playing small. If you haven't shared on Twitter, on Facebook, on Periscope, please do. Small goals. If you have small goals, 2, small requests of yourselves. Number 3, 0 accountability around your results. Number 4, you are not being stretched. All right. Number 5, you feel you're in your feelings when you see other people rise up. All right. Okay. Number 6, you don't have any results, right? There's no fruit. All right. Number 7, you are uncertain about you. Number 8, you have an incomplete story. You have an incomplete story. Number 9, you are hiding. We can't find you. All right. Number 10, that you got to understand your sabotage, your self-sabotage. It's a real thing. Number 11, is who you choose to be mentored by and the investments that you are making. All right. Are there any questions for me? I want to open the floor for a couple of minutes and see if there are any questions for me. What was your big aha from this scope? Like, what did you get from this broadcast today? What did you get? What was your biggest, greatest lesson? Anyone want to play? What was your biggest lesson? What was your greatest, you know what I mean? Aha. What was that shoulder shaking moment for you? All right. Go big when investing in myself. Absolutely. Yes. Awesome. Anyone else? What was your greatest investment? Okay. A lesson. Write a new chapter. I can't wait to read it. Didn't understand you were hiding, right? And then that's so great. So I love that you got that. Good morning. You're going to watch the replay. Victor, this was such a good scope. You're coming out of hiding. All right. Anybody else coming out of hiding? I love that, right? I love it. Anyone else? What was your aha? What was the thing that hit you in your gut, and you knew man, that's me, right? Anyone else want to share? It does take courage to share small goals, and also me not having an accountability with my goals. Yes, not mediocre thinking and evolving your mindset. Push past the plane. I'm not stretching myself. I'm hiding my gifts. Come on, stop hiding was yours, okay? And this is so true, right? And isn't it great to hear? It's great to hear what it is so that you know if you got it. You know what I mean? It's like the doctor saying, you got this, you sneeze all the time, you do these things. You can say, that was me, all right? Are there any questions that are on the floor? It could be about the scope. It could be about anything. Are there any questions on the floor right now? I am happy to answer those over the next couple of minutes before I sign off, all right? I'm Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist, and I support clients with life and business success. If we're not connected on Facebook, Mia Redrick, The Mom Strategist. Real easy, right? Mia Redrick, The Mom Strategist. Make sure you sign on over there so you can get some action over there, or make sure we stay connected on via email. MiaRedrick.com is my list. So if you like this, yeah, self-sabotage. All right. Self-sabotage was it for you. And, sabotage is real. And I think sometimes we don't know what it looks like and that we're sabotaging, our greatness. All right. I've invested so much in others. Now it's time to invest in ministry. Absolutely. Right. Like live on purpose assignment. Right. I love it. Right. And I love that you guys, it's early in the morning. The day is just getting started. And imagine getting started, right, with a shot in your arm of what is possible, right? So if you did that every single day, a shot in your arm of what's possible, what's amazing. And I appreciate you for sharing. If you guys haven't shared on Facebook, on Twitter, on Periscope, please do. Please do. Come on now. Don't keep the goodness to yourself. There are over 700 people here on the scope today. So come on now. All right. I've got to hear the replay because I've done this to myself. You're ready. You are ready to giant up. I like that. Do you mentor people who haven't yet realized their gifts? A lot of my clients, they haven't realized their gifts. However, they have gifts. Like all of my clients are at go, meaning, you've got some professional experience you already have. All right. You might not know how to package it yet. I'm a genius at that, quite frankly, in terms of supporting you and what it could look like. But they all are at go. They either have professional experience or life experience that they can stand on. And then we look at ways that you can package what you know into all kinds of amazing things that you can support the world with. It could be something as simple as, like, I had really difficult in-laws, mother-in-law, okay? And so what I decided, my very first product was that other people probably did too, and that what I would do is create a guide for people on how to coexist with a difficult in-law when you're coordinating holidays and things like that. Made $97,000. Now, it wasn't my main coaching program, but it was based on my knowing, my truth, all right? So I like to support clients in understanding that your life, what you know how to do, what you've already come through, could also be a product. I have 17 ebooks out there, very similar types of ebooks, which really just relate to the problems I know how to solve. And we all know how to solve problems, right? So it's pretty cool. All right. Are there any other questions? Are there any other questions or any other comments or anything like that that I can support someone with? All right. I want to thank you guys. I want to thank you for coming this morning. I want to thank you for staying. It was a long scope, but it was a powerful scope, right? I think you guys will all agree it was a powerful scope, all right? And then let me ask you guys really quickly, all right? That's the idea of having a coach to bring the best out of you, not stagnate your destiny. Absolutely, right? So, I mean, that's the reality of what it looks like. And I think that's what I know how to do, is how to package what you know. All right, you missed this one. This is a really good one. This was a really great scope. It was great. Not because I say so, but they said so. It was really, really great. All right. Let me ask you guys a quick question. So, and for future, is there any topic that anybody wants me to cover moving forward? So give me a scope topic. If you have a topic you want me to come back and talk on and teach on, I'd love for you to post it right here. And I'd love, because I do usually 2 scopes a day, but I would love to, if you guys have something personal that you want me to address, right? Like put it right here, and I'd love to come back and to address it. All right. I want to give you a second to do that. If you're just joining, you're going to have to catch the replay. All right. Very powerful. You needed this morning. You have to watch the replay. Yes. Thank you. You're welcome. Hey, don't forget tonight. All right. Tonight, Yolanda, it's me and you. All right. It's just you and I. All right. You and I on that call tonight. All right. And I'm going to remember Yolanda. So ask your question no matter what. All right. Have a blessed day. I appreciate you. All right. Are there any scope topics and any requests? I'm brand new today, so not sure what you've talked about. Catch the replay. How do I begin to write my book? So what I would recommend I have a client, Dr. Fred Jones, Write Your Worth. He supports you in literally, he has a coaching program where every single week he mentors you to write your Thank you. He mentors you to write your book every single week. And so I would recommend that you work with a writing coach. All right. And I forget what his program is. I don't want to quote it here. But his name is Dr. Fred Jones. Write Your Worth is his hashtag. Write Your Worth. And he has a coaching program that's what he does. He supports people every single week they show up, or every other week or something like that. And you have accountability around what your outline's going to be. He supports you through that whole process. I would have some accountability, and I highly recommend him. So I wouldn't even shout him out if I didn't think he would be a great and amazing resource. I have a book coaching arm to my business, but I don't do that. I actually don't support clients in, every single week writing a book. We have a ghostwriting team. What do we do if we want to hire you? You need to go to my bio on Periscope and just fill out a strategy session questionnaire, which is bit.ly/strategy with Mia. So if you go to my bio here on Periscope, fill out that brief application that's going to allow us to set up some private time together so I can find out like what you into and what you want to do, and I can specifically guide you to the right programs that I offer and just make sure it's a fit. Because I think coaching, you want to always make sure that the program you're in, particularly at a high investment, that it's the right fit. That's the reality. And if you guys like my scopes, I do have on my website a product called Scope School. It's just like $147 a month. There are 480 scopes, mindset, business, and life scopes. And it's like more, I could charge thousands of dollars literally for the scopes, but it's just $147 a month, my gift to the world, to really be able to support more people and being able to coach themselves. For those of you who aren't in a position to invest at a high level, but you want high level information, this is a really great option. If you want to work with me one-to-one or any of my group coaching programs, which kick butt, all right, then you need to go to my bio on Periscope, bit.ly/strategy with Mia, bit.ly/strategy with Mia, and that will allow you to fill out a brief application to book a strategy session. All right. I'm a first-time listener. You are a great motivator. Thank you. Thank you, Odell. I hope you will come back and that you hit that little guy on Periscope, being the best and not settling for less, that it applies to your gifts. Right. Absolutely. Like, come on, Grace. Right. Like it absolutely. Right. So got to show up like a giant. And the thing is, you will never be happy or fulfilled playing small. Right. Because you're not small. Right. You were born. You're right. Like you can do amazing things. Right. And the fact of the matter is, sometimes when we're uninspired by life, it's because you're not doing the right thing. You're playing small. You're hiding. There's nothing to be excited about playing in the shadows. All the fun's where the sun is. All right. So what I want you to do is play where the sun is. Right. Shine brightly. All right. On your gifts and your talent and your skills, and show up. All right. Yep. It's going to be uncomfortable, but that's okay. It's also more uncomfortable to not do the thing that you were meant to do and not serve the world with your gifts. Your gifts are not yours. All right. It's your gift to the world. And people who are blessed the most really do share their gifts and talents with the world. Scope suggestion: balancing taking care of home, family, while also cultivating your gifts. That's a good one. Let me write that down. All right. Balancing family and gifts. Thank you for putting that there. And gifts. Kendra, did you like this scope? All right. Balancing family. All right. That is good. I will do that one. That's a great one. I'll do it tonight or I'll do that one tomorrow. But that's a great one. And I think so many women need that. And that's a great scope topic. How do you know what your gift is? Your gifts are already inside of you. One of the things I recommend you do, I got this from Success Principles, actually, Jack Canfield's book, which is set an alarm clock for 2 minutes. Read that book, in fact. All right. And I want you to, in 2 minutes, write down, divide your life into thirds, right? Like if you're 30 years old, 0 to 10, 10 to 20, and 20 to 30 years old. And then give 2 minutes to each area of your life. Set the alarm clock and just freestyle and write down any awards you won, any things that you accomplished during that period of your life. And then go back and look and see how you trend. So you might not, Marriage of God is in the house. You're going to love this scope. You're going to have to catch a replay. You have, the gifts are still inside you. You've just forgotten what they are. And when you do that exercise, you start seeing how you trend. You're like, oh, I always did that. I did this. I did that. I've done this. That's right. I am a track star. Okay. I was a track star. So while uninspired is so profound, we have to get that concept on being inspired by one another. Absolutely. We'll do. Hey, listen, this was a fire scope. Like, I was throwing flames, like really, okay? So you need to catch a replay on this one. I'll keep it up. It was really, really, really good, but it was really true. And my only goal was to coach people live so that they could really inside of themselves, right? Everyone that is, right? They're all fire, right? Well, I don't know if they're all fire, but I know this one here today was fire, and that I believe that people who were here were changed as a result of coming here. And it's my responsibility, if you take time out of your day to spend time with me, is I want to give it up. Like I'm not going to waste your time. I'm not going to wait. Thank you so much. I'm not going to waste your time, right? Because I appreciate you being here. And my job is to give you amazing content. And I want you to come back. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, hopefully you are. If you guys haven't shared on Twitter, on Facebook, on Periscope, please do. Any final questions as I wrap up? Any final questions? Last questions? Any final questions? I'd love to answer those. Marriage of God, you guys are on fire. Thank you, Lady Walker. All right, thank you. I appreciate you. All right, thank you, guys. I appreciate you. All right, so I want... That is it, Mia. We have to value people's time. You got to value people's time. You know, there are lots of places you can go. I mean, just like watching television, there are lots of places you can go. You know what I mean? And you can watch junky stuff. But if you want quality and you want something that's going to change your life, then come here, tune here, right? That's what I'm going to do. All right. Now, if you want me to talk about something that doesn't make any sense, then don't come here. If you just want to be entertained, this is not the place for you. If you want to change, okay, what you are doing every day, up level your life, right? Show up like the giant, then come right here. I love to learn from well-educated people by being kingdom-minded, absolutely, all day, every day, you know, and iron sharpens iron every single day, and I appreciate you. So I want to thank you guys for your time. I'm Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist. I support clients with both life and business success. You can always check me out at miaredrick.com. Make sure you sign up on my list over there if we're not connected, or on Facebook, Mia Redrick, The Mom Strategist on Facebook. Mia Redrick, The Mom Strategist on Facebook. Or if you are looking to work with a coach because you are ready, okay, to invest, you are ready to up-level your goals, your dreams, your plans, you're ready to get it done, I'd love to support you and book a strategy session at bit.ly/Mia Strategy with Mia. So bit.ly/strategy with Mia. It's on my bio on Periscope. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.